Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch My Hero Academia Season 8, Episode 3. Guys, I'm sick, I have the COVID, okay? I prefer to warn you. I told you that I would be late to publish this reaction video on Patreon. Normally on Twitter, I'm gonna be right on Twitter. On YouTube, I'm gonna be right on time. I knew that I would be late for Patreon because of the fact that, in fact, I'm coming back right now, you know, from 3 days that I spent in Paris with my friends and all. And I knew that because of that I couldn't film during this weekend, so I couldn't publish this reaction video on Patreon on Monday morning like usually, that it would be more during Monday. In fact, it's gonna be at the end of Monday because clearly I'm sick as hell, so I'm taking everything really slowly. And because of the fact that I spent 3 days in Paris, that I had to take the train, the subway, the tram, a lot of things like that, a lot. It's not that much of a surprise, you know, for me, the fact that I got the COVID. It comes, you know, with a big fever. I woke up with 38.7, 39 degrees Celsius. I think that it's 102 for the Fahrenheit, something like that. So yes, because of that, you know, I'm sick, I'm taking medications, but I'm still, you know, a little into a cloud. But I don't want to wait, you know, to film this reaction video. Because of you guys, I want to give you these reaction videos right on time. But also because I don't want to have any spoiler anywhere. And also because I want to know what is gonna happen after what happened during the previous episode. For sure, I want to know what is gonna happen during this episode. And I'm stressed about it. I'm mad about it in advance. Even if we finish the previous episode with something good, something positive, with Bakugo coming back like that and being ready to intervene to save All Might, surely, and after the fact that I thought that it would be finally the time to say goodbye to All Might, I'm saying finally, because me, it has been seasons that I say that at some point All Might is gonna die. You know my theory with that. I think that the mentor has to disappear at some point for the hero to shine on their own. And even if All Might lost his powers and I thought that it could be enough, at the same time I was not sure of it. And I thought that yes, maybe at some point he could die. The fact that we're beginning the season with that, it's rough, but again, not surprising. It doesn't mean that she didn't make me cry, because for me, really, the previous episode was such an homage to All Might's character, to all of what he did, how much he inspired people, our class, you know, of students for sure, but also people all over the world who counted on him, who were watching him, you know, because he was a symbol of peace, all of that. So the last episode made me cry a lot. I thought that it would be it. We would say goodbye to All Might during it. And in fact, maybe not. Because Bakugo might intervene. Deku was about to do it, but at the same time he was so occupied, you know, with his own combat, he couldn't do it. But Bakugo can do it. And it's so symbolic for Bakugo to be the one to intervene, because he considers also All Might as an example, as a mentor. So yes, it's even more symbolic, the fact that it's surely gonna be him who is gonna do it. Save All Might and or kill the Master? Just kill the Master, but All Might is gonna die no matter what? I didn't imagine that possibility before this intro. No. Oh, it's gonna kill Bakugo if he managed to kill the guy, but to not save the person, you know, to not save All Might. No, he needs to do both. Save All Might and kill the guy. I hope that this episode is gonna be truly about Bakugo what happened to him, you know, during the previous season. I'm glad that we have him, you know, reviving, in fact, just right there. I'll stop this intro right now because clearly, because I'm sick, you know, I have to economize my energy, my time, all of that. Don't worry, like really, I'm gonna be there for the review to talk about what is gonna happen during this episode, for sure. Because of the fact that I'm sick, I prefer to warn you that maybe during the episode I'm gonna take more time to understand things, you know, to process informations. It's just a little warning. And yes, let's go for this episode. Remember that if you want for this entire season of My Hero Academia, on my Patreon you're gonna have these reaction videos earlier, one day earlier, and you're gonna have the big advantage to have these reaction videos in full opacity for the reaction part, and with everything, my reactions and my thoughts to the entire episode, to everything, the full reaction part. It's with the level 3 on my Patreon. Let's go, guys, for this episode. Bakugo is back. Truly back. The fact that him and Deku, they had just to look at each other into the eyes during a couple of seconds to understand what is happening, what they need to do together. Now they know each other so well, they know also how to work together so well that they don't need to exchange words to understand each other and to understand what they have to do. Only one look, 1 second, and they know. And the fact that Bakugo is back and in just a couple of moves he managed to do all of that, the fact that in just one move he managed to take All Might with him and to take him out of the fight and to stop what was happening, All Might joining the deaths. Oh, I love it so much. Again, it's so symbolic because of what we know of Bakugo, of his background, of that little kid who admired so much All Might. And when All Might understands what's happening and is giving to Bakugo his last gadget, you know, strength, I don't know how to say it, ability, Bakugo smiled just after that. It's really that little kid smiling with all of the flashbacks that we had at the same time, all of the memories about the fact that he felt responsible for what happened to All Might when he lost his powers, but also the fact that he was mad at Deku during all of this time because Deku was recognized as someone wonderful who would be the next one, you know, and not him. He didn't understand why he didn't deserve it. So for Bakugo to receive that from All Might, it's not only this mentor recognizing you, giving you something, it's also like you're being recognized as someone wonderful who can do it, who can be the one to kill the master. I love the fact that it's into that sense, you know, the fact that first he saves All Might and then he's gonna fight with the master. Because in fact, all along this show, that's what they taught to the kids. First, you have to save. Second, you can fight the enemy. That's what Bakugo just did. And yes, the fact that Bakugo in a couple of moves can do all of that, it's shocking, it's amazing, it's making me so proud of him. The fact that that guy didn't die, I can't remember his name, but you know, the guy who repaired his heart, all of that, at the end of the previous season, when he did it, I understood that by doing that, he was killing himself, so he was choosing to make that sacrifice to kill himself to be able to save Bakugo. So right there, to have him reappearing, that it was really a surprise for me. But he explained why. He explained that when he was about to sacrifice himself, in fact, something happened into Bakugo's body and his own power saved him. That's pretty nice. The fact that he didn't have to sacrifice himself and the fact that Bakugo can do that by himself. Bakugo then going that fast, going after the master, being such a surprise, you know, for the master, like, what? You can do all of that? But at the same time, just before, you didn't consider him enough. You thought that, well, that one is not important that much, I need to go for shigaraki no matter what. You shouldn't underestimate Bakugo like that. Your biggest mistake. But yes, I appreciate so much the fact that for this episode, for the previous one, we have a mix with a lot of memories about what happened to these characters during all of these seasons, for them to end up right there, and also the fact that their developments, everything in fact means sense for the present time, you know, for them to end up doing that, being like that. Like, you know, during the previous episode, it was about All Might, and the fact that he was about to kill himself, to sacrifice himself to have the master, and we had a lot of memories to remind us the big hero that he was, but also all of what he did for all of these guys during all of this time. It was a good homage and a good reminder of who was his character. And during this episode, it's a little the same with Bakugo, about how he considered himself, the fact that he felt so sad and mad that he was not the chosen one, and then also he felt so responsible for what happened to All Might. And we have also that reminder of the kid that he was when he admired All Might that much, and he was not hiding it, because he still admires him a lot, but he's hiding it now. That's so great that we have all of that, and it makes sense to have all of that, all of these memories, to show the progress that each character they made. And it also means sense because it's the final season and we're gonna say goodbye soon to these characters, so they need to have a conclusion, you know, for their developments, for what happened for them personally, and not only for the big stories, all of what we had to do, you know, the stories that we had to end. Right there, it's something more personal about them, about, yes, a conclusion, an end for their development, so that's pretty cool. Bakugo, I'm so glad to have you back. I'm so proud by all of what you can do, and I cannot wait to see all of what you're gonna do next, during the next episode. And again, the fact that with Deku they can communicate just like that by one look, I love it so much. Okay, I'm sorry guys, I told you during the intro I have the COVID, I have a fever, an eye fever and all. So I tried my best to talk about everything right there during this review. If I forgot about something and I can see it during the editing, I will put it into the description, believe me. And tell me into the comments, what did you think about this episode, about Bakugo returning into the screen, you know, and to be that important now that he's the one saving All Might, he's gonna be the one surely killing the master, at least right there fighting against him. Tell me, what do you think about that, about him, and if you're as proud of him as I am right now, because right now I'm so proud. I cried a little during this episode, no? A little, at some point, just a little. And it was the COVID, you know. Okay guys, I'm gonna start this review right now. Again, remember that on my Patreon you have these reaction videos earlier with the full opacity and with the full reaction part, my reactions and my thoughts to everything. It's with the level 3 with my Patreon. It's all for you for today, and it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Hey.